Wow, yeah. Like when I compose some music too, it's basically I'm trying to listen to what it wants to tell me. Like what is it saying? Yeah.
What's this it thing?
Like I want it to be the greatest, but like again, I don't know what it's gonna be. Just like when hearing the Doctor Who theme song, I didn't know what it was gonna be, but it gave me a feeling, and it was like, well, what is that? And then now my job as a musician is to find the instruments that best represent that emotion.
How do you get inspired? You're also going to be there on the shoot day.
Yep.
And going to be there on the final.
So not only do I do sound and all this producing, I do music, and that's my first passion. And it's because of how music makes me feel and such. What inspires me to get sound and such is the story. And I always want to talk to writers. I always want to see how they're creating before, and if they want to, marry the music right away. In that sense, I go to films. When I work on films, I work on music as I'm seeing them filming music.
Such a beautiful product. I got to say that there's this every film that appears on the feature film, but like The Dogs was one of them.
Dogs.
Also, you did that on Stellar as well.
And Stellar, yeah.
Obviously, Savage Tales.
And Savage Tales.
So Pierre makes these, not just music, these composition that is like so powerful and feeling.
Soundscapes and stuff.
Yet it's directly relevant to the scene that we just shot. It's not like he shows you a piece of music like, 2 months later for example. We literally shot that scene
like yesterday, yeah.
And he goes up to me at lunch and he puts the earphones on. He's like, imagine this song with the wind blowing in the tree in the field with the kid going, and it's just like you see it, and it's just so powerful. Like you tapped into that emotion of that scene as you were there.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm inspired by story, and that's what I loved about Savage Tales, is how we were writing stuff together and how we were building together. And I want to get groups like this all the time and work with them. I like to have the music as another actor in the story, in that sense. Just
so I know you have a really interesting philosophy.
So just like this one that we're creating, right off the bat when I heard we were on a lake. I was like, and it's a
frozen lake.
It's a frozen lake, yeah. And I was like, I've lived on a lake for 14 years, and this ominousness and this loneliness or whatever, eeriness of being alone in the woods happened a lot when I was growing up. And one of those things that was happening was hearing the lake go and all this stuff. And because we're doing like a kind of like a horror film, or horror short, I was like, let's introduce that in there. So in a sense, the actual sound is becoming is making the lake a character, and the sound itself, where it's that ominous thing you don't see, but it's alive, but it's not alive, like that.
But also, you came in so early in the creation process that it actually influenced the script.
Yeah.
Because originally we were thinking like a alien in the sky or something like that, and you showed those sounds to me, and then I showed it to Clayton. And I think you sent it to Clayton as well, the writer-director.
Yep.
And we're like, that's it. Of course, it's just the eeriness of the like. We didn't need.
It's already there. Yeah.
Because the sound did like, oh, that's what the character is. The lake is this sound that lures this person and makes him go crazy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like by you just getting inspired. But music inspired also the script, right?
Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing when
and
you get it at that stage.
It becomes a thing. So now, and that's when Clayton said, "Yeah, I'd like the sound to come out of my mouth," and I was like, "Holy shit! Okay, let's do it.
Right,
let's do it. Let's make it that thing. Let's make it and that's the nice thing about sound. It's you can't see it, so the imagination starts to happen." The sound of the lake is very dynamic. Like it has lows, it has highs, it has hums, it has cracks, it has like these like these random like things, almost like a whale that's drunk or something.
It's not doing so good.
Charlie's at it again. But then I could add sounds that are similar to it that to start to like, more so I could embellish it even more of a flourishment on where it can go. So yeah, I'm really excited to just solely on that. And the whole thing could be just that in that sense. Maybe at the end credits, there's like some, gentle music or whatever. Of some sort, but this one's going to be mostly soundscaping.
Yeah,
like the actual,
You had an interesting philosophy that you told me once, how you see music oftentimes, and how it should contrast the image most of the time.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. So, and this was during Savage Tales.
Yes. Okay, that's where I think you were into that.
Yeah. Okay. So, and that's
also,
where.
Can I just say, Savage Tale? If you want to see Pierre's work, Savage Tale is now a feature film that's actually on Amazon. Prime, in the U.S. only.
Yeah, Amazon Video or Prime Video.
Prime Video, which
only
is a
from the
feature
US.
film. It's an indie film that I shot. Pierre did the recording, but also wall-to-wall music. And I'm just saying, just music. It is the central character of the film.
It's one of the characters. Yeah.
It just drives this film, and honestly, what kicks it up a whole other level, right?
Yeah.
It brings intensity where we couldn't get it with the image, and your music just brings that intensity to it. So it is a great body of his work because it shows the dynamics of all of it, right? You have these horror things, you have these love songs, you have all of this
Oh my God,
stuff.
yeah, that's right. Oh my God, it goes everywhere.
So anyways, sorry, I just wanted to let people know about Savage Tale. So yeah, tell me about your philosophy about contrast in music.
And Savage Tales was one of the first films I scored, but because it was like had the horror genre, I was doing a lot of like scary sounds and horror sounds and like writing and stuff, and it became too redundant. It became too like I'm just. In a sense, it became satirical. It was like, this is hilarious now. Like, this is ridiculous.
What makes it satirical? Because you're too on the nose?
We're overdoing it. In that sense, we're going too much in a direction. And so, thank goodness for the internet today. We live in such a fantastic world. It's insane right now. I was like, hey, how to write? How to write for this? So. Some of the examples that people were saying was you're introducing opposites. You don't want to do it too much like in what's it called, in painting, in art, you have complementary colors. In that sense, so it really helps to embellish what you're doing, but you're not painting in all blues. Like you add some other color that really now we're accentuating. Now we're dealing with drama. And to me, drama is working with opposites. You have the happy face, sad face. And you want to see the interaction with these things. And how does that person interact? A little girl with a monster and have a relationship, in that sense.
Yeah.
You're dealing with opposites all the time. So it's like, okay, and some of the examples too were usually when you see horror films, they're playing kid pianos. They're having little kid melodies, even kids singing like old little kid songs while it's a serious scene. And so I was like, okay, I'll try it. And it was with a scene where the guy comes in to butcher these ladies. He was taking him out of the...
pretty horrific.
Yeah, pretty horrific.
Probably one of the most horrific scenes in
That's
the
terrible,
film,
man.
Right?
I saw it recently. I was like, oh, this is really bad. This is really bad. Oh my God. Poor Gord.
We have so many epic behind-the-scenes stories. We're actually going to make a commentary of it.
Oh yeah.
So watch that instead of us giving little Easter eggs of it.
So and for this film, like he's asking them like, do you want to get butchered here, or do you want to go to the other room type thing? And during that scene, I ended up doing like a gentle piano in minor like waltzes, a very like a very gentle like minor waltz, and then there's just a gentle violin that comes in, just like type of thing. It's very like gentle, And I was like, I'll add something gentle to a very serious scene. And it's, when I put it on there, it was like shivers right away.
Yeah,
I was like,
agree.
why is there shivers? Because you're treating opposites together. It's like I'm very calm during this serious scene.
Which enhances the tension, I guess, because you
enhances
know
the tension.
the image is so terrifying,
I know.
yet the music is so calm.
Yeah, like when you see like mafia players, like actors, and they're so calm. But it's like, and it's like something serious happening. Like they're all fighting and everything, but the boss is like, okay, well, just hasn't even budged his attitude yet. And you're like, holy fuck, now what? What just happened there? This guy hasn't budged yet. You know what I'm gonna do to you? Oh shit! I'm gonna take every little finger. And you know he's serious because it's that juxtaposition. And that's what I think I like about actors and even like where they stay true to their role and they don't budge of their specific role while you see another role coming in and you feel that rub. You feel them rubbing. Otherwise, the one will become the other. They'll start following the other. And it's like, oh, okay, now they're the same. A good movie that's good with that with character is the American Beauty.
Yes.
Every character was specifically and always those characters. And the way they rubbed each other, like in the sense of this is me, this is you. The wife who just needs to get laid and have a good fucking life, whatever. And and the other guy just doesn't give a shit. As a husband and stuff, and like every character was a very simple and specific character. And it was the play on how we see them interacting and how that happens. And that was exciting to see because they stayed true. Every one of them stayed true to always being their character.
Even the paper bag in the wind.
Even the paper bag. Well, he was
Plastic bag in
it
the
was
wind.
observer. He was always like, he was calm and whatever.
No, the bag itself.
The bag, yeah. Even the bag stayed truly as a bag. Yeah, it's still flying around. Beautiful as ever. Turning points. But it's things like that I see. But it's also things like that make me feel an emotion in that sense. And that's why I wanted story for Savage Tales. I'm like, what is the story which was never a story?
Which we're still piecing together.